Hey everyone. As an agronomist, I talk to growers all the time, and I know you give your crops everything you can. But sometimes plants can still struggle with what we call hidden hunger. So today, we're going to dive into a really powerful tool that's designed to solve that exact problem. Does this sound familiar? You've applied your fertilizer, you've followed all the guidelines, but your crops are still showing those telltale signs of a deficiency. The yellowing leaves, the stunted growth. It's such a frustrating puzzle, right? The thing is, the problem usually isn't that you're not feeding them enough, it's that the nutrients you're applying just aren't available for the plant to actually use. So, what's going on? Well, the secret is actually in the soil itself. It can act like an invisible barrier. See, a lot of essential micronutrients, when you put them in the soil, they can react with other elements and get locked up. They form these insoluble compounds, which basically means your plants can't absorb them, no matter how much you apply. It's kind of like putting food in a pantry and then locking the door. The food's there, but nobody can get to it. So how do we get the key to unlock that pantry? Well, we use a smarter fertilizer. Today, we're going to break down something called EDTA Mix, which is a special blend of chelated micronutrients designed to get right past that problem. Let's take a look at what's actually inside this stuff. Okay, first things first, let's look at the product itself. EDTA Mix actually comes in two different forms. Over on the left, you've got this fine green powder. It dissolves really easily in water, so it's great for foliar sprays or for fertigation, when you apply fertilizer right through your irrigation system. Then on the right, you see the granular form, which is perfect for blending in with your other fertilizers or applying straight to the soil. Now here's where we get to the good stuff, the precise composition. This isn't just some random mix, it is a very carefully balanced blend of the micronutrients that plants absolutely need. You've got 5% zinc for enzyme function, 4% iron for making chlorophyll, and so on. But the most important detail, the real game changer, is right here in this middle column. Notice how it says EDTA chelated next to key nutrients like zinc, iron, and copper. That is the secret sauce. And this slide right here is all about peace of mind, the quality control. The official analysis guarantees 5% zinc, right? But look, the actual test result is 5.1%. It guarantees 4% iron, but it actually delivers 4.2%. You see this pattern again and again. It shows this is a super reliable product that gives you exactly what it promises, and well, often a little bit more. So I've used that word a few times now, chelated. What in the world does that actually mean? This is the core science. This is the reason this fertilizer is so incredibly effective. Let's break it down. Chelation, and yeah, it's pronounced chelation. And believe me, it is a game changer. The easiest way to think about it is like this. The chelating agent, in this case it's EDTA, acts like a personal bodyguard for that nutrient. This protective molecule literally wraps itself around the nutrient, shielding it, protecting it from reacting with anything else in the soil. This keeps the nutrient soluble and totally available, basically escorting it right to the plant's roots, ready to be absorbed. And here's what that difference looks like in the real world. On the left, you have your standard micronutrients. They're vulnerable. They get locked up in the soil, which leads to really low absorption. But on the right, you've got the chelated nutrients. They're protected. They stay stable and available, which means you get incredibly high absorption efficiency. You're making sure that the nutrients you're paying for actually make it into the plant. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? You can dump tons of nutrients on your field, but if they're not in a form the plant can use, it's just a waste of time, money, and effort. This really proves that you're not just buying nutrients, you're buying available nutrients. Bioavailability is everything, and chelation is the absolute key to maximizing it. So when you put it all together, the precise formula, the high-quality control, and the science of chelation, it becomes pretty clear why this is just a smarter choice for any serious grower who's trying to maximize their crop's potential. So let's just quickly recap the big benefits here. First, it gets right past that invisible barrier, that lockup problem in the soil. Second, it guarantees that you're getting maximum nutrient availability to both correct and prevent deficiencies. And finally, you're delivering a precise, high-quality package of the exact micronutrients your crops are craving to really thrive. And all of this brings us to one final question. After seeing how chelation really unlocks a plant's true potential to take in nutrients, it's worth asking yourself, are you just feeding your soil, or are you truly feeding your crops? Are they getting the intelligent nutrition they deserve?